Good evening, and welcome to the Business Shoutout. This is Jovan Walker, and I'm so excited today that we have Dr. Radisha Brown with us. That we were going to be talking about some Just Publish is her company, and she's also a licensed therapist. There's a bunch of things that she provides. She is an amazing asset to the community as it relates to entrepreneurship, growth, coaching, therapy, counseling, and all those amazing qualities. So, Dr. Radisha, thank you for joining in today.
I am so excited to be here. Thanks for the invite. Girl, you make me sound special. I'll take it.
You are special. You are. Always remember that. But no, so I'm so grateful that you're here. So in the first, like I mentioned earlier, we kind of just do these little quick moments of learning more about your business and about you. So if you don't mind sharing a little bit more in terms of who you are and all the amazing things that you do.
Okay, awesome. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I am Dr. Radisha Brown. I am a licensed therapist. That is my main job, right? And I also say I'm a part-time gangster because when you're in the mental health field and working with clients, look, sometimes you got to roll up on folks to get, get them together. I'm also the owner of Just Publish, where I help therapists and coaches become instant authors with my already done for you journal. So basically, I make journals, mental health journals, anxiety, trauma, self-care, those type journals to help clients with their mental health. And it's because most therapists and coaches don't have time to do it themselves. I do it, they get it, edit it, and then publish it as their own work. And so I enjoy helping women. I enjoy connecting the dots for women in terms of present pain to past traumas. And so I'm best known as probably the number one breakup therapist. And so because of my platform is around helping women heal after breakups and toxic relationships.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you said you help women break with breakups and toxic relationships. So would you say that your target
Right.
audience is solely those women in general, or is it men as well? How does that go?
You, I've always considered myself a girl therapist. Basically, my practice is centered around women. My brand is called Girl Get Off the Couch. I'm best known as the best-selling author of Girl Get Off the Couch. I target women, I talk to women, I support women. However, half of my practice is men. Kind of interesting how that worked out. I think because of the information that I share is universal for women and men in terms of heartbreak and healing from heartbreak and past traumas and all the things. And so, although my message is for women, it definitely attracts men. And currently, half my practice is men.
Okay, okay, all right. Now that's
Mhm.
that's awesome. So in terms of what made you really want to start getting into building a practice, or even the aspect of really helping people through their healing process?
Right. Thank you. That's a great question because this journey started kind of by happenstance, right? I was going through a toxic relationship myself in a breakup. I was married, and my then husband was a serial cheater. Y'all heard serial cheater. And so it was a very rough journey for me, wanting it to work, but then not having a partner committed to helping it work and continually doing the things. And I
Mhm.
found myself in this unhealthy cycle, like many women feel
Mhm.
ashamed to leave, ashamed that I stayed, and all the things, and not sure how to get out of it, if I should get out of it.
Yeah.
And so one day I was on my couch praying to God. I'm a person of faith, and just crying, like ugly crying, asking God to help me figure out what I need to do because I just couldn't live the life that I had anymore. And so in all his wisdom, he said, "Girl, you gotta get off the couch." And I was like, "What? Get off the couch? You're not coming to save me? Like I'm sitting here crying to you, and you
Yeah.
ain't gonna come take this chicken out my mouth?" Because I was eating fried chicken every day for over a year.
Oh wow.
Gained 80 plus pounds. I didn't even recognize myself when I looked at myself in the mirror. People find it hard to believe. I'm like, no, girl, eating fried chicken every day. You know, it's no shocker. You gonna gain some weight. And I gained a lot of weight, had a lot of health problems, as you can imagine, by eating, fried chicken every day. And
Yeah.
so it was through my own healing journey that breakup, and I started journaling as well as going to therapy. I always like to say I created my little health team. I had my therapist, I had a personal trainer, had a health coach, all the people to help me rebuild. But essentially, I was starting back from scratch, I felt like. And
Wow.
so through that journey, I journaled a whole bunch,
Yeah.
and just about connecting experiences and how I got in this place, and how it led back to childhood trauma and all the things. And so I wrote that down, and I fast forward about 2 years. I had a friend going through a similar situation. I said, this might help you. These are my journal pages, and this is what I went through, and maybe it could help you. And
Mhm.
so she read it, called me. She was like, you got to share this with the world. And I was like, oh my God, no, I can't. Like, everybody, it was like seeing me naked, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna see and experience all the things that I tried to hide from myself, from other people.
Mhm.
But that's how this journey started. It was actually helping my own journey and journaling my own journey that later turned into my book, Girl Get Off the Couch.
I love it. So it's very inspiring for one,
Mhm.
but it
Mhm.
also sounds like it really taps into like the vulnerable aspects of a person.
Right.
With that, since in terms of like vulnerability, how do you help people embrace the vulnerable side of life?
Right. That is the hardest thing, because we have, especially as Black women, we have this idea of, I just got to be strong. I just got to deal with it. I just got to manage it. Right. I'm a strong Black woman. And that mindset is killing us from the inside out.
Yeah.
Because truly, the greatest gift you can give yourself is vulnerability,
Mhm.
is letting yourself heal, is understanding that I am not perfect. These are things are falling apart. I need help. And
Yeah.
that's really hard sometimes when we grow up in an environment that says, women, you just deal with it, right? You just figure it out, right? Just because we can figure it out doesn't mean we should figure it out, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so I often tell my clients, as well as I had to work through that myself, it
Mhm.
really is connected to the shame that we carry,
Mhm.
some deep level shame of hiding ourselves from the world and hiding our experiences, because even though these bad things happen to us, we've
Mhm.
mastered the method of blaming ourselves for it. Like, all the things that happen, it was my fault. Somehow I said the wrong thing. If I was skinnier, if I was taller, if I had this, if I had bigger this, if shorter, all the things we get really good at mastering self blame and shame. And then,
Mhm.
and as long as we keep that as our primary driver, as our primary decision maker, then we won't ever get to vulnerability, which is required for healing. Because you
Yeah.
got to get real, right? You got to get to the ugly tears and this bag that we've been carrying around our whole life, that we try to pack away, like we do. We just stuff it in a suitcase, put it in the backyard, and then it's like, this healing journey requires us to unpack some stuff. We're like, stick that back down there. We don't want to talk
Right.
about that. But transformation requires that we talk about the things and the people that we stuck in that bag,
Yeah.
that we try to lock away from those experiences.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So now moving kind of closer to like the entrepreneurship side, right?
Mhm.
So in this space of entrepreneurship, what will you say are like some of the challenges, like internal challenges that entrepreneurs may face, whether it's a coach, it's a
Right.
consultant, a therapist, or whoever?
The biggest challenge I believe that entrepreneurs face is our own self doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever we are in our personal lives is also the person we're going to be in business.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in this place that we don't have boundaries. We don't know our self worth in personal relationships. We bring that into entrepreneurship. And so the biggest level of success in entrepreneurship is to deal with these personal things, to
Yeah.
deal with these relationship issues, to deal with these core beliefs that I have about myself, because
Mhm.
undoubtedly you will bring it into your work life. There's
Yeah.
no way to separate the two. And I meet some brilliant, amazing women that are just, oh my God, amazingly smart and talented, but they're bringing in the same people pleasing habits. They're bringing in the same self doubt. They're bringing in that, I don't know my worth. And so their business is suffering as a result of it. It's not because they don't offer great quality. It's not because they're not experienced. It's not because they don't have a good product, but it's because their mindset in their personal space which is reflective in their business space, says, oh, well, I can't believe somebody would pay for this. So let me just discount it and all the things. So you got to fix that part first,
Mhm.
because undoubtedly it will stop you from success. I had to fix it for myself. Growing up as a poor kid, I was a foster kid, right? All the
Mhm.
things. And with that mindset of going from place to place to place, one of the things as a result of that trauma, you start to hold on to the smallest things because you just feel it, people are transient in my life. And even the worst people, if they show up, then I need to hold on to them, right? And
Mhm.
so you bring that mindset into business, which I did initially. My first business completely failed because I thought I had to bring in everybody I knew, right? Of
Mhm.
course, they didn't have the same mindset around or the same passion I had for it, because God didn't give them that vision. He gave it to me.
Exactly.
And I had the expectation that they were going to come in just as passionate about the work as I was. And it was a complete disaster. And
Yeah.
so very quickly, I realized I got to fix me first before I'm able to do this calling that God has put on my life.
No, that's good. That's what you said. If y'all watching live, first of all, thank you for joining. You need to listen to what Dr. Radisha said. Go back, rewind, and listen to it, because this is a pivotal thing. Whether you are a human being, just
Right.
follow in a human being, you got businesses, you got family, you got whatever you have going on in your life. Everything starts with you.
Right.
It starts with understanding yourself.
Right.
That's how you show up in every capacity. So thank you so much for sharing that. So in terms of, when you're going through, when you're teaching people, what are you more so teacher, or are you more so counselor, are you more so coach? What would you say?
Well, I operate in all those spaces, but I always explain myself as a guide, right?
Mhm.
And a co-pilot in your life. You're the co-pilot, you're the one in the driver, you're the pilot, I'm the co-pilot. You're the one driving. You're going to determine if we're going to head to California, or we're going to go to Florida, or we're going to go up north, right? I'm
Mhm.
just in the seat reminding you of what your goals were, and connecting the dots to maybe some of the decisions. How'd you come to the decision to California? And is that really where you want to go? Is California? Let's revisit that. But
Mhm.
ultimately you decide, right? You are the driver, you are the decision maker, you're the author of your story. I'm just providing co-pilot experience.
Yeah, no, I love
Mhm.
it. I love it. So you just the guide along the way. I love it. So in terms of guides, this leads me to my next moment, my next question. So you have just published, right?
Right.
And let's talk about that for a second, and what the benefits of the service within that is.
Right. So let's rewind a little bit. I created Just Publish because I had an experience.
Mhm.
I met this lady who was a fellow Christian, I thought, right? And we hit it off. I'm a people person. I lead by my emotion.
Mhm.
Sometimes that works and sometimes that doesn't, right? And so I
Mhm.
really just connected with her, and she created journals. I hired her to create a journal for my brand at the time. Well, she took the money and then returned the calls, right? So I was so like I was so hurt because I couldn't believe she had done that to me, and I couldn't believe, because I thought she was my friend. I really thought we were friends and we had this connection. But through that experience, I said, never again will I get myself in this situation. One, two, because I'm going to learn how to do it myself. And so
Mhm.
I went on this journey as a result of that traumatic experience to learn how to create a journal for myself and for my own brand. It
Yeah.
took me 2+ years to kind of master it, as I am still learning, but to get it at the design level it is right now, which is pretty awesome if you see the products.
Yeah.
And so I created it for myself. Then I had friends like, oh, can you do me one? Can you do me one? Other therapists, because again, this is not a technique or a skill we learn as therapists, right?
Mhm.
We teach clients to use journals as a part of their therapeutic healing journey, but we
Mhm.
don't learn how to create them. We always promote somebody else's product, or we buy them and then resell them to our clients. And I was like, every therapist and coach should have a journal that they provide that has their name on it to their clients, because most of the work happens outside of the hour session,
Mhm.
right? And
Mhm.
so what we do at Just Publish, we just do the work for you. There was a time I used to teach classes, but mental health is like on fire right now. Every therapist I know is book solid. they are overwhelmed, trying to find ways to serve more people with less, right? And dealing with crazy insurance companies, and they just didn't have time to launch their journals to do it. I would show them how to do it, and they were like, yeah, I'm gonna get to it eventually. So I
Yeah.
said, well, why don't I just create them for you? And I did it for a couple people, and they were like, yes, this works. Because then you can go in and make tweaks to it. So if I create a pink cover and you like, I'd rather a blue cover, you can just go in and make that little tweak
Yeah.
and then publish it rather quickly. And
Yeah.
so it was for the need and the lack of resources and time that for therapists specifically that have, and which born out Just Published. So I was like, wow, this is a whole business, which started out as me just helping a couple other therapists. Most of my friends are therapists. I'm in a room with a lot of therapists, just being a therapist. So it just kind of made sense. And
Mhm.
so what coaches like about it is these mental health products are being created by a therapist, because I personally create every one from a teaching technique,
Okay.
right? So all of my journals, especially my trauma and anxiety journals,
Mhm.
start out with education on the particular issue, because most people don't understand anxiety, what that really means, and how that really shows up in your life, right? We have this, just this, like one of my clients would say, well, I just got some stomach issues. Well, the stomach issues or GI issue that you're experiencing is a direct reflection of the anxiety that you're experiencing. So
Mhm.
just helping the clients or folks get in the journals understand and frame that around, which is really important to their healing journey. As
Mhm.
therapists, we call it psychoeducation. We're providing education so you're equipped with your with the problem that you're experiencing, so you feel aware and that you feel like you're empowered to master it and to manage it. And
Yeah.
so that's how Just Published was born. And it's just taken off from that perspective. It really was just a side kind of thing I did to help out some of my couple therapist friends.
Mhm.
And now I got therapists and coaches from just about everywhere purchasing it, because one, it's affordable, saves time. Like literally, you could purchase it today and be published on Amazon, selling your product on Amazon really quickly, because it's just an easy. I've already done all the work for you, already did the introduction, written your bio. You just got to go in and modify it, and it's ready to go. And so that's what Just Published is all about.
Yo, so this is outstanding. Like this is like a tool that most people need and don't realize is there. And so the
Right,
fact that you have something that is already created for a coach, for a consultant, for a therapist in the space of helping with the mental aspect of
right.
entrepreneurship or just life experiences, it's easy. It's right here.
Right, it's easy. And here's the interesting thing. I have friends that are coaches, business coaches, life coaches
Mhm.
that really don't specialize in the mental health field, right?
Yeah.
I got pastor friends. They all call because no matter what problem they're coming to you to solve, I want to help you. I want to help grow my business, and I'm seeking coaching, a business coach.
Mhm.
Undoubtedly, you're going to get into the mental health piece. They always do, because that's what's driving some of the core issues.
Yeah.
And so they will call me like, hey, Radisha, I think this is kind of outside of my lane. What could I tell them? But they're coming to me for business coaching. And I
Yeah.
said, you should have a journal to help them navigate this journey, because it's emotional.
Yeah.
Making business changes in whatever capacity is a personal and intimate journey. And
Yeah.
people need a place to process it. They need
Mhm.
a place to process it. And no, you're not a therapist or a life coach and helping navigate specific mental health condition. You're just creating a safe place, because the reality is most people don't come to see a therapist,
Yeah.
right? That's usually the last stop on the train. Honestly, it really is the last stop on the train.
Mhm.
My estimation, only about 20% of people, so only about 2 out of 10 people that will come and see a person like myself, a licensed therapist.
Yeah.
Oftentimes they're talking to their friend, they talk to the business coach, they talk to the person at the bank,
Yeah.
all the people that are connected that they're doing other businesses with.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's just a good tool, useful, to help one create passive income for you, but then also helping your friend, your clients in a significant way.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love that. Like, I just think in terms of even how you said it's you have the coach that may use it, you have the therapist that may use it, but then you're just trying to help somebody at the same time.
Right.
And I'm thinking of like even nonprofit organizations who may serve a lot of people within the community, how the benefit of that would be for them to utilize it. So thank you for having that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a labor of love because I
Yeah,
create all of them myself and and they're only sold once. So each journal is only sold once because it's a completed book and the purposes behind it is for you to publish it, right?
yeah,
So oftentimes, so when somebody purchased the journal, I take it off of the website, it's completely gone, and I'll have people be like, "Hey, I really like that one. Can I get it back?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, it's
yeah,
somebody's already taken it." And so you purchase knowing that no, you won't see your cover anyplace else because it's only yours, right? But you have the ability to edit and customize it to meet your brand needs, to make colors if you like white and you rather, if I can design it with white and you rather pink, right? And so and a lot of my therapists that purchase a journal, they always come back for a second, a third, because
yeah,
it's just, for us, it's not even a sale because it's something we promote anyway as a part of the work we do.
yeah, yeah. No, this is good. This is good. So where can they find that?
Come
Where
on over to justpublish.co. Come on over, girl. Come on, get your journal, get published, and start making this passive income. And so what's the coolest thing about Just Publish? Because I really created it for a specific for the help therapists and like for the one-on-one work that we do.
Mhm.
But learning and talking with other therapists and coaches and how they're using the journals in ways that I definitely did not anticipate. For
Right.
example, I have a couple of folks using it as a part of their funnel, their sales funnel, and they're doing these really exotic retreats. So they offer the journals as an ebook as a part of their sales funnel to these trips, these exotic trips. And I was like, that makes
Wow.
so much sense, right? These healing retreats. Here's a healing product that you get as a part of the a part of my sales funnel. I have
Yeah.
folks that do anxiety workshops. So, because a lot of us as therapists, we contract out with corporations to do workshops and things like that. Because again, the employees are struggling, and so they'll customize it in their journal to couple it with the workshop that they're contracted to do for corporations. So it's
Okay.
just all the different ways people are making income as a result of a journal that I definitely did not anticipate when I started this business.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, that's good.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
really good. So I think I just posted the right thing in here. I'm trying to post the link so the individuals can go in and um
You got it.
make sure that they are part of what you're doing. But I think I posted another link altogether. So excuse me for my technical challenge.
No worries.
Let me pull
You
this thing
got it.
real quick. Um, all right. Okay, here we go. So I just posted the link on Facebook. It's another link was posted on Instagram and on YouTube as well. So for those of you who are watching, no matter where you're watching, there's a link there that you can go and click on it so that you can get this journal for your organization, for your coaching, for your therapy, for your friend, for you, and how you can navigate
Right.
with the other people.
Right.
Because this is needed. Like I was talking to entrepreneurship today. I was talking to an entrepreneur today who literally is experiencing a lot of challenge um, outside of business, but it's like personal challenge. And I'm seeing like right in the middle of like why what's going on in the business is the way it's going on in the business because of
Right.
all the exterior things. So,
Right.
guys, it's so imperative that we get our lives together. Like
Right.
get our in order, get our emotions in order, deal with some of our past traumas, understand
Mhm.
what it is that is making us do some of the things that we do that don't seem to that are keeping us a little bit off balance, but getting ourselves centered to where we are needing to be so that we can be the best that we need to be for
Absolutely.
ourselves and then for those that are around us as well. So thank you for having such a great platform in that space. You mentioned the girl get off the couch book. I mean,
Yeah.
you're doing some work like that is needed, is necessary, whether you're in relationships, whether it's, you know, your personal experience, whatever it is, it's there. So
Right.
in terms of some things that you want to tell some people, what are like maybe three of your things that you want to share with people for what they should find themselves focusing on in 2024?
That's a good one. The number one thing I would say, and I would encourage everybody watching this program, either live or the replay, is to really evaluate and self-reflect on the areas of your life that you want to change. Nothing will change until you have identified, one, that there is change needed, and then two, be willing to do the work, right? And so it's really important for this journey, right? And I always call it a journey because we never get to a point where we're completely healed. It's a lifelong commitment to healing, but
Mhm.
nothing will change. Your healing journey will not start, and everything will remain the same until you as an individual recognize and see a need for something to be changed. Two is to make it your highest priority. Your highest priority, without guilt, without shame, without, but I got to take care of this person. I got to tee about my kids. Here's the thing, as I tell everybody sitting in my office, you have to take care of yourself first because of all the people that depend upon you. When you fall, everybody else falls. So it's not selfish. It's not self-centered to care for yourself first. It is crucial that you take care of yourself first, because when you fall, nothing else is able to stand on its own. The third thing is to fight for your value and your worth, right?
Mhm.
So often, because we or women, or because we were born in the South, or for me, because I got an accent, right?
Mhm.
All the things that the world and social media tells us that make us unworthy and unloved. Oh, when you get 34 and a half, that's it, right? All the lies that social media tells us that make us unworthy in love and unworthy in business. I need you to recognize and find your inner gangster and say, not over here. We are not believing the lies. We are not receiving that. And I have a specific passion. I have a specific purpose that God has placed me on this earth to do. And there should be no one or nothing stopping you from pursuing it, no matter what the naysayer said, right? I grew up in foster care. I didn't have parents growing up. I was homeless going to college. I was one of the homeless kids that didn't have a place to go when school was closed.
Mhm.
So let me tell you, nobody said Radisha was going to be Dr. Radisha Brown. Trust me, that was the last thing they had on my mind, or
Mhm.
on their mind for me, or they spoke negativity in my life. But my grandmother taught me about faith and walking in faith and how God can change your life. And no matter what the world says, you are in an intimate relationship with God, and He has the ultimate last say so. So
Mhm.
challenge whatever negative thoughts that you're putting in yourself or that other people are saying to you, and know that you have a passion and a purpose. And it's time to walk in it, girl. We not holding back no more. It is time. It is time. It is time, because people need you and they need your service.
That's beautiful. Listen, y'all. You heard her. She just did a whole mic drop. Like, it's time. People, it's this little quote, more in 24. I hate it,
Mm-hmm.
but I understand it. Like, I don't
Right,
like that, but I understand the importance of that, because this is a season where it's supposed to be more in things that
right,
people are supposed to do, like step out of your comfort zone. And
right,
you just did what you just shared is for people to understand that it's time to go
right.
and make that thing happen for whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish. So thank you so much for being on here, for being such a wealth of knowledge, experience, light in this dark world,
Yeah.
um, being a light in the entrepreneurship space as well. It is well needed, well deserved, and well honored. So thank you so much for that. Where could people find you?
Come on and join me on the gram or Facebook at Dr. Radisha Brown. I would love to have you, and we give tips and strategies and some humor sometimes on getting through, putting a little light in some of the dark spaces and places, and it's all love over here. So come on, join the gang, join the Brown Girl gang over here, and let's get it done, because we kicking some doors in, we making some things happen, and we praying for big things, right? We not playing small no more.
No more. You heard it here, guys. You heard it here. No more small play.
Right.
Popping all day. Like, seriously.
All of it.
Keep going for what you need. So thank you once again for all of those of you who are joining us, who are watching the live, whether you're watching the replay. Appreciate you for watching in, for tuning in. Appreciate you for even sharing as well. Make sure that you hit up Dr. Radisha Brown, because as you can see, she has a lot of gems that she shares. There's a lot of things that you can gain from understanding what the aspects of yourself just by hearing her. Schedule some more time with her. If you're trying to learn how to navigate things and you need something to write on, go to justpublish.co as well, and get that journal. If you need to learn how to get up off the couch in your life, go ahead and buy the book, Girl Get Off the Couch. Is that on you? Is that on Amazon?
Amazon, everywhere you can buy a book.
Okay. So she just said where you can go get it. In the meantime, for those individuals who are interested in being a part of the business shout out on a Tuesday night, I still have some time available for the next 2 months or so. Let me know if you're interested. DM me. This is a community give at this point, guys. I just want to make sure we all sharing, caring. Sharing is caring. Growth also happens when we work and do things together.
Right.
So if you're looking for more awareness, more brand recognition, me and her are not in the same city. So it's not based off of the city that you're in.
Right.
All right. So it's based off of the audience and showing up and pushing accordingly. So if you're interested in being interviewed here, DM me. All right.
DM her. Go on, send a DM. I'm a DM queen. I will slide in your DM so quick.
Right. So slide in the DMs, and let me know that you want to be a part of the business shout out, and we'll take it from there. But in the meantime, have a great and amazing evening, and God bless.
God bless.